Just start and ride. So until the bike warms up, I'm just gonna ride it slowly. I'm not leaving it warm up just idling, because it fouls the plugs. I hope you can hear me. So I'm just gonna go around here and wait for it to warm up. As you can see here, I have a meter that shows me that the engine temperature is 30 degrees now. So it runs very rich until it reaches 50. Let's decide for a route to take. that ship is lost. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't wanna get muddy now. Okay. So, just wanna show you the bike. The bike is quite stock. What I've installed is this protector here. I've installed the fan, which apparently it wasn't used. This bike gets warm up extremely difficult, extremely hard, so it didn't start yet. I've installed these end bars. I don't know how they are called, end caps or something. And I've installed a brake disc protector down at the back, and I've tinkered a lot with the sprockets in the back. The original is 49 for the street and 50 for off-road, and I've bought a 51, as you can see here, and also a 52. I didn't like the performance in off-road hard enduro with a stock 51, but I find the 51 for my liking. 52 is a bit too revved up, but it's very good for logging uphills, and this is kind of it. The bike has the brake tech clutch and brakes. I don't find them extremely nice. I loved my Brembo ones that I had on the old KTM 350 XCF. Also, I cannot find yet aftermarket levers for these brake tech ones. I know that Midwest Engineering in US fabricates now something for these brake tech lever alternatives. This is an EU version of the bike. We can register it. Actually, I have registered it. It comes stock with a street pipe that has also a lambda probe. Never used it, so when I got it, I installed directly the off-road pipe, and I was able to register it here. It also comes stock in the EU with the Michelin enduro medium tires, which are excellent here in Romania. Very good tires, and also a bit expensive when you try to replace them. Other than that, the bike is quite stock. I think in the future I will need to address the front disc brake to buy a guard for it, and also I would like to replace the stock radiator guards with something, some aluminum ones, but these are also these are very tough compared to the old ones that I had on my 350 bike. This is the original Explorer suspension and exact WP. Everything I've set up on this suspension is I like the software soft settings for both front and rear. I have a herniated disc and I have problems with my back. I get a lot of back pain, so that's why I can't ride very hard, and I can't ride a lot of time, so I ride maybe a couple of hours and then I need to stop because my back is killing me. But I find the suspension a little bit harder than the one I had on the old 350 XCF. That was a bit softer. Maybe it's because the PDS that the KTM didn't have, I don't know, but that's the feeling that I have. So my back suffers a bit more on this bike. But as I said, I started with a 350 EXCF bike. I had a lot of problems with that bike because that bike was a 2012 model, and those models were about 2 centimeters higher than this current model is, and they are obviously heavier. I wanted a lowered bike, a much lower one, and I also wanted something that was not that heavy. So I considered going to a two-stroke, although I really don't like the sound. I really hate the smell. So I would always prefer a 350 bike, not a 350, a four-stroke bike. I could choose between the TE 150, 250 and 300. They are the same chassis, so this is a full-size bike. It's the same chassis for both 150, 250 and 300. I eventually, because I was getting actually lazy on the 350 bike, I was lagging in third all day long. I had a feeling that I'm not gonna become a better rider, so I decided to go for something lighter and something with not that much power that makes you work a lot. So indeed, with this bike you don't lag it too much, you switch gears all the time, but I can tell you that this bike is amazing. It's there's no comparison with the 350. So this bike, I can take it if I want to see what's down that hill. I can just go there with no issues. I'm not afraid anymore because of the height of the bike. Also the bike is extremely the weight is not that big as it was on the 350. This is a 99 kilo bike. I think the 350 was 106, but those big four-stroke engines actually bring the center of gravity higher, and they also have a lot of moving parts in the higher portion, so you can feel it a lot. This you can just play with it and maneuver it everywhere. So from that point of view, this bike is excellent for what I needed. What I really don't like a lot is the two-stroke sound and the feel and the smell. I love it being a TPI. I think they built this 150 to replace the 200 series they had in the past. It's actually more powerful, this one, than a 200. I used an old Carb 200 bike, and it's very different. This TPI bike, you can just lug it, and to be honest, I can go anywhere a 300 goes. You just need to work a bit harder on switching gears and slipping clutches, but it's not the screamer that everybody's used to with the 125 bike, so it's a completely different bike than on 125. Also the two-stroke is easier to maintain. The 350 I was always doing valve checks and shim replacements, and the timing chain I had to replace once because it was loose. The timing tensioner, again timing chain tensioner, I had to replace. With this one I don't have those problems. I think I have now. Now I have 48 hours on it. This is actually a 6 months review. All I did is just top up the TPI oil and gas, and that's it. I didn't have any problems with it. I've created something using an Arduino, and I've managed to tap into the ECU of the bike, and I'm using the CAN low and high lines, so I can grab a lot of information. You can actually pull a lot of useful data of that line. For the moment, let me show you. It looks bad because I didn't have a case for it, so it's a lot of duct tape. But for the moment it's showing me the RPM. I chose the engine temp, air temperature. The air sensor, temperature sensor is here where the air filter is. I can see the air pressure and also the throttle position in percentage. Yeah, so that's kind of it. What I'm not happy about this bike, and it was very frustrating in the beginning, is the fact that it warms up extremely hard. So I bought it somewhere at the end of the last summer, beginning of autumn, and it was quite cold outside. And also I rode it during the winter, and I have problems with it warming up. You can see that when it's when the engine temp is below 50 degrees, it's just running extremely rich. And yeah, the problem is that this is the small 150 engine, but the chassis is the same on the 250 and the 300. Also the radiators are big as they are on the 300. This never gets warm, never gets hot. I didn't try it yet during the summer, but now it's the 1st of May today, so it's starting to warm up. I've installed this fan. This is also connected to the ECU, and ECU is controlling it, but it has never ever started for me. So I could never bring it up to more than 76 degrees Celsius, as in engine temp. This was extremely frustrating because I was on the 4th stroke. I was just used to start it. I left it like 1 minute while I took my helmet and just jump on it and just ride. This one, when it's cold, it really doesn't work. It works bad. It splutters. And I've watched some online trainings about how you warm up this bike. I saw that most of the YouTubers say that you need to leave it running for about 4 minutes, but that just doesn't work for this one. If I leave it running, if it's cold outside, like below 10 degrees, and I leave it running, in 3 minutes it just fouls the plug. So it gets extremely rich. It shuts down, then I need to replace the plug, start it very hard again. So what my local dealer told me is that you don't ever do this. Don't warm it up like that. Just start it and ride it a bit slow in the beginning, and just then give it the beans when it's warm enough. So I think I've replaced like 4 plugs or 5 that were fault. I thought in the beginning that there is a problem with the sensors, the pressure sensors. I replaced those. It was the same behavior, but eventually I did what the dealer said. Put in a new clean plug and just start it and ride it, and never had a problem before. But it was extremely frustrating in the beginning. I lost really a lot of time researching why it had this behavior. So because of my condition and also because of my lack of time, I have a lot of friends that do hard enduro around this area, so they are able to go every Saturday. They go since 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and they just ride the whole day. I don't really have that luxury to spend a long day in the forest or doing hard enduro stuff, and I also cannot do it because of my back problems. So I just ride light depending on how I feel and what's my mood. I go rarely on a creek. I just go through the woods. This is not a review from an extremely hard enduro user of a bike, but I hope this helps everyone that is looking at it, because when I was looking into buying a new one, I really searched a lot and didn't find too much about this model. I think the 2019 was a car bike, and maybe late 2019 or 2020 models were built as TPIs, and that's kind of everything I knew about it. This 2022 model is a bit different. Looking on the internet and getting feedback from other users, I think it's mapped a bit richer than the old ones were. Also, I think some components of the engine might be a bit different, like the piston or something like that. I think in the past they were cast or forged, and now they are cast. I'm not really sure. Yeah, but all that being said, let's go for a short ride around and see my surroundings. It's a really beautiful day. The 1st of May, it's a national holiday here, and a lot of people used to go out for a picnic, so we might see people around. That's a nice hawk. Oh shit, this is muddy. Okay, so this uphill is quite steep. When I was using my 4-stroke, it was always burning hot when I got up, but you're gonna see this one will not even start the fan. So now it says that it's 60 degrees engine temp, so we'll see when we're up there. So we're up and now the engine temp is 65. God damn it. quite heavy rains here. More mud. Yeah, so we're back on the field where we first warmed up the bike. That is it. Was a short Sunday ride. I just wanted to share with you my opinions about this 22 TE 150i bike. I don't regret buying it, although it costed exactly as, funny thing enough, my wife bought a new car, a Toyota Aygo, the same, well, last year. The new car was exactly the same price. I paid 8,500 euros on this bike, new from the dealership, and the additional stuff that I installed also cost quite a lot. But I found out that having a two-stroke bike, it's not that doesn't require that much maintenance, and also a new bike helps a lot with the money you might invest in it in the future. So thank you all for watching. I hope this helps you.